Change the oil now on this old 550 of mine, 1964 model. Draining the oil out of her. Get this filter out there. Hard to do one-handed. Napa 1105. Let that drain for a little while. Drain plug at the bottom, oil filter here on the right side, and the oil fill is here on the left side. Just changing the oil, it's 4 quarts with filter. You put about 5 in. Bargain order 1, 2, 4, 3. Great little tractor. These are really handy to have. This and the Super 55s are basically, this was a derivative that came out of the Super 55 series. Super 55s were made from 1954 to 58. 550 started in at 58. They made them right up to the end of White Motor Corporation in the 70s. That's the Wix oil filter, 51105 or 51105. It was a Napa 1105 we took off, so this will be a Wix 51105 will be going back on. What we'll do is put a little oil around the O-ring. Got a pretty good size ring there. We'll put a little oil around that ring, and then we'll tighten it on there, hand tight. Put the drain plug back in and fill it up with oil. Okay, I put a little oil around the ring there. Now we'll put it back on. The oil on any engine is the lifeblood of that engine. The cleaner you keep it, the longer your engine will last. This little tractor here has been around since 1964, and the only thing we've done is adjusted the valves on it. We do keep it greased and maintained. Check the fluid levels. We've used this tractor for bringing hay in the field, raking hay, mowing hay, grading driveways. We used a loader. Used to have a manure bucket on it, and we had a dairy farm. We used to bring silage in with it. I mean, it was just used for everything. Rotary hoeing. I disced with it. I kind of grew up with this tractor. We started having Olivers back in the 50s when I was just a baby. Matter of fact, the first tractor I drove was a G John Deere. And we also had a DC Case and a Silver King, and then after that it was all Oliver. Oliver and then White, and now the farm down there they have one JI Case International tractor, and the rest are all John Deere. Oliver 550. 1964. Having the loader makes it a little bit tight getting in there. So get my oil filter wrench out. Make sure it's good and tight. Still dripping some. Let that drip for a little while. Yeah, we'll let that drip for a little while. Get all that good old oil out of it. Then we'll put the new oil in it. Fire it up, check for leaks. No leaks. We'll be ready to go. I had the loader off of this last year, and we took it to Clay City, the tractor show, to get my son's 770. But it's so handy I couldn't wait to get the loader back on, because we've been spreading gravel and dirt around here. So I showed him some previous videos. Got some Pennzoil 10W30. That's what we'll be putting back in her. Still dripping. Here's where you fill the transmission and the rear end. This is where you check for your level. Here's where you check for your hydraulic fluids. If you notice, this one does have a remote on it. We do have a place for a cylinder here. This is a Superior loader. My grandpa and my father bought this tractor together. They farmed together. They bought this loader with it, and it has its hydraulic pump up front. Here's your main reservoir right here for the loader and that pump. The other day I was using it and it just stopped. And I said, well, I hadn't changed the plugs or points or anything in it, so we put new points and condenser. That didn't help. I thought, well, the old original coil, so I put a new coil on it. That didn't help. It ended up being the solenoid. But we tuned it all up anyway. It needed tuned up. So we got a new coil, new points and condenser, new cap rotor, new plugs, new wires. I mean, it was long overdue for that anyway. But the old solenoid, the center post that feeds the wire, it was loose. Somehow or another it broke free. So we put a new solenoid on it, and she fired right up. I'll let that drip for a good little bit. All right, it's been draining for quite a while now. Got the filter on, got it tightened down. And put the drain plug back in. Clean it off a little bit. It's got a little brass or a copper washer there. Goes up against the oil pan. I guess we did put a clutch in this here about 2 years ago. Clutch and pressure plate. And when we did that, we actually redid the rear engine seal. It had a little felt seal. Now it has a upgraded neoprene seal in it. We do that to about all of them when we take them apart, put that upgraded neoprene seal. Okay, time to add the oil. Having this loader on here makes this real handy to add oil. Yeah, if that was any handier, I don't know what to do with myself. That's not going to work. Find something else. Sometimes you just have to have a menagerie of funnels to get things to work. That was too big. I found one here that will go down in there, and then I can pour it into this one and get a pour into that one, and eventually get into the crankcase. And if it doesn't, man, we always wish it had it. All right, folks, cross your fingers. Hope this works. If it didn't change the filter, it'd take 4 quarts, but since we changed the filter, we put 5 in. Okay. That seemed to work. There we have it. Right on the mark. And that, my friends, is how you change oil on a 550 Oliver. Alrighty, well, it looks like getting ready to rain again, so I want to get it in. All fired up, check for leaks. Don't see any leaks there. Looks like we're good to go. Yeah, I wanted to get it in before it rained. Of course, you know, it doesn't rain in Indiana in the summertime. That's about all it's done all year is rain. But it's been pretty nice because the crops are actually getting watered as they need it. Ought to have a pretty fair crop this year. Yeah, I hear a little thunder. Clouds all around. Okay, I checked here. I checked for before I moved it while it was running. And I didn't see any oil leaks here or there. We're in pretty good shape. Just a little above the full. Okay. 550 is ready to go. We'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.